EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida and Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins. Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. From way up at the 23. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
When we spent our time talking to the coaches prior to the game, they emphasized that they wanted a quick start to begin things. Most of the time you think about that on the offensive side of the ball, but in this case, it's the special teams that provide that quick start.
They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss. We were wondering what they would do defensively to disrupt Patrick Mahomes. Sacking him on the first drive, that's a really good way to set a tone.
The last thing you want to do is let him get established in the pocket where he can set his feet and throw wherever he wants to. Even though he does it well on the run and on the move, you definitely want to get him off the spot in the pocket.
A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. Early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Sliding out of the pocket. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10, right at the 30. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Flushed out right. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. They exited the pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Well, let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on 3rd down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there, and he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the first down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He'll buy some time right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Tua. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th.
Well, we couldn't count.
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. Now the offense, they take it over. We step aside.
Here we go, set. Check 50, drill green.
On play action, here's Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12.